next week in Coca-Cola skate, stick, and shoot clinics. Tuesday, January 3rd, Kirk Muller, Brendan Shanahan, and Bob Solvay will appear at Menon Arena from 6 till 7:30. Also Tuesday, January 3rd, Aaron Broughton, Patty Verbeek, and Perry Anderson will be at Murray's Rink, in Yonkers from 6:15 to 7:30. On Wednesday, January 4th, Tom Curvers, Craig Willanen, and Dave Mealy will be at South Mountain Arena from 6:15 to 8:15. So kids, bring your skates and get ready for the skate, stick, and shoot. For more information on the Coca-Cola skate, stick, and shoot, please call the Devils 201-935-6050.
Pure hat trick, 3 goals in the first period, now has 41 goals on the season and just 1 point away from yet another 100-point season. 99 points for him. He finished last year with 168, 107 the year before, 141 the year before, 100 the year before that. And everybody, young and old, gathered here. There you see some of the younger parts. They're coming out. Want to be just like Mario Lemieux.
Now, obviously, pretty soon people are going to start wondering, is Mario Lemieux going to be able to match Wayne Gretzky's season record of 212 points? This is Pittsburgh's 38th game of the season. He has 2 more game points to get to the 106 mark at the halfway point, which means he is also halfway to Wayne Gretzky's record.
Just having a magnificent season. Now a power play for Pittsburgh. They're leading 3-2, and they've got 2:18 left on it here as we're underway in the second period. Coffey coming out. Pittsburgh with a chance. The 2-man didn't do anything with it. Now brought in by Loisel. The shot just missed. Barrasso coming out. 2 minutes remaining on the power play. Just starting the second. Dan Quinn brought it in. Lemieux going into the middle. In front. Score! An errant pass, and Rob Brown has picked up his 27th goal. Power play, 4-2 Pittsburgh.
And again, a bit of an unlucky break for the New Jersey Devils. The puck will just about get on Chiarella's stick. He can't quite get it right here. He just loses it, and actually the Pittsburgh player lost it, but Brown standing right where he's always standing on his power plays, just off of the goaltender's left. Just tucks it home. That's Mario Lemieux will pick up an assist, his 100th point on this goal.
Quinn and Lemieux get the assist. Lemieux in a 4-point game now. Second power play goal to be picked up in this one by Pittsburgh. And Rob Brown continues to do well. Bad heel or no.
Gary, for the Devils, the bad news is not only is it a goal, but because Steve Rooney got a 5-minute major penalty, the power play will continue.
Rooney went out for a game misconduct, a cross-checking 5-minute, and a roughing altogether at 17:31. That's this long power play that Pittsburgh continues here with a 4-2 lead. Anders Carlson, Korn shot it wide. Devils on a shorthanded effort of their own, and the puck tied up and out. And that draws the whistle. Brown from Lemieux and Quinn, 39 seconds into the second period. We were talking with Rob Brown, as you saw during our first intermission. This kid had one of the most amazing seasons ever at junior hockey. 86-87, he scored 212 points at Kamloops, 76 goals and 136 assists.
Gary, we were here last year when Brown was playing. They were thinking of sending him back to the Olympic team. They weren't sure whether he could play in the National Hockey League because of his skating. But since that time, he has proven to the Pittsburgh people that not only is he a decent NHL hockey player, he's an outstanding player.
Pretty good sniper. He can get the shots on. It's interesting. Right behind, right there where he's standing with the puck, that glass is separated wide enough so the puck actually went through a seam in the plexiglass. Pittsburgh players were looking at it, wondering, hey, wait a minute here. One of us goes by with a glove or hand or something, or stick gets caught in there. We could get hurt. But they left it as it is. It's directly behind the goal. Power play still. A minute left to go on it for Pittsburgh, leading by a score of 4-2. Just dumped in by Steve Dykstra, acquired from Edmonton this season. Over to Lemieux. Lemieux, Korn after him. Good play by Korn. Cunnyworth. Loisel tips it ahead. 42 on the power play. Lemieux. Curvers. Long reach of Lemieux. Curvers gets around it. Lemieux's getting tied up. He pulled the stick out in time. Cunneyworth trying to control Kent. Devils were offside, so they didn't touch the puck as they came out. Lemieux gets it back into the middle. Left side shot, Cunneyworth's wide of Sauvé. Cunneyworth ripped that one, and it's cleared out. 19 seconds. The clock running. Tom Barrasso. Brown on the forecheck here. Cullen gets it to the middle. 2-on-2. Lemieux tried to get that extra stride. Back to Cunneyworth. Wolanin stepped in. 4 seconds on the Devils penalty. It is over, and we're back at even strength. Coffey just avoided Brown on that one. Lemieux, Wolanin, and it's a two-liner, drawing the whistle. So Pittsburgh gets a power play goal in that 5-minute chance, and they lead it 4-2. This is the NHL on Sports Channel. Putting the numbers up for Lemieux on the scoreboard here, showing his 100th point. And the fans recognizing that during that break for the draw. Even strength here. Devils down now by a score of 4-2. Trying to get back here. They had jumped out for the 1-0 lead early on. Muller in front of his own goaltender. Ridden off the puck. Devils able to go back and pick it up. Near side Perry Anderson. Muller. Muller took a leg check that time. Got knocked down. Anderson. The other end with Dave Hannon there. Squirts free. Coffey. Didn't have much of an angle on that. Hillier. Blocked by Muller. And Muller continues to play that inspired hockey game here. Danico kicks it ahead. Coffey. Hannon. Anderson there. Holds off Anderson, and Hannon gets the puck in. Devils will use the opportunity to change up here. 16:20 remaining in the second period in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has moved the puck well in this game. They've been able to get it out of the zone. Gordonine falling down, still able to get it out. Broughton's got it. Broughton. Save made by Barrasso. Went up high. Got it with the arm. Broughton. Back to the point. Shot there by Valashek was blocked. Did not get that one through Frawley. Dan Frawley was right in front of him when he took the shot. Valashek had it bounce right by him out to center ice. Mark Johnson got it. Frawley on him. Took a stick out of Johnson's hand. 2-on-2 the other way. Here, overskated. Quinn was trying to drop it back into the middle. Verbeek. Verbeek sends it down low. Loisel. Barrasso was there in front of him and tipped it away. Randy Cunneyworth. So Sorella's got it. Sorella back to the point. Shot there. Loisel over the head of Barrasso. Got a piece of that with a glove. Carlson held it in. Anders Carlson going back to the net. Frawley was there to poke it away, and Lemieux's got it. Lemieux's got two Devils back this time. Lemieux on Tommy Avalon. Lemieux drawing it back. Using the strength. Avalon poked it away. Lemieux trying to one-arm it in. Couldn't do it. 2-on-2 the other way. Doug Brown coming now 3-on-3. Brown, Carlson. Carlson shot. Deflected. Held in by Avalon. Avalon scores! Tommy Avalon makes it a 4-3 Pittsburgh lead.
Tommy Avalon picking up his second goal in 2 games. A beautiful effort. The Devils really going at the net on this play. Both Curvers and Avalon, defensive pair, were down right in the slot area, attacking the Barrasso and the Pittsburgh defense. Good play by Avalon to pick that up, hold the puck in traffic. But you're going to see all 5 of the Devils players involved in this play down low. Avalon coming in. That's Curvers right there in front of that. He's joined the play. Avalon picks it up. There's Loisel in front of that. He throws it up over Barrasso. But the Devils defenseman taking some chances, and it really pays off there. Gets them back into the game 4-3.
Tommy Avalon picks up his 3rd goal of the season. 2 of those with the Devils, the other with Quebec. It comes at 5:14, even strength goal. And again, it is a 1-goal game as the Devils battle right back into this. Muller, Coffey on him. Pittsburgh will pin it up against the boards and draw the whistle. So Tommy Avalon getting the goal. And the New Jersey Devils are back to within 1. Devils did have that 1-0 lead earlier on in the game. Dougie Brown and Tom Curvers pick up the assists on that goal.
Here, Abilene originally was a Quebec draft choice in 1983. He's 24 years old. Last year was his rookie season. He was 23 because he had spent time in Sweden playing for the Swedish national team. Came over last year. Quebec wasn't happy with him. The Devils made a good move picking him up for future considerations. And the 10 games that he has been a New Jersey Devil now, 2 goals, 10 assists, really picked up the slack because the Devils lost Bruce Driver. They needed somebody that could play some offensive hockey, and Abilene has really done that for the Devils.
Not afraid to go to the net. Let me correct on his goal. That's his 4th goal overall. He did have 2 with Quebec and now 2 with the Devils. Off the draw, it'll be pulled out of the pile, not out of the zone. Danico holding it in. Wide side, Steve Dykstra. Dykstra got it back to the middle. Good stand-up check by Wolanin. Came free to Bork. Hope checked away, but held in. Sauve's got it. Sauve drops it off. Bork reaching back, almost got a piece of that. Kenny Danico with it. So the Devils have made this a 1-goal game once again. Pittsburgh loves to get into shootouts because they are an offensive team. Of the New Jersey Devils, would rather have the game a little more low scoring and more defense. Danico jammed up against the boards by Dave Hannon. Taken away by Caulfield. 3-on-3 for Pittsburgh. Oh, there's a haul down and a penalty. You think he saw that one? Chris Chahaki came from behind, just reached out and hauled Phil Bork down. Pittsburgh's got a power play, and they have a 4-3 lead.
New Jersey penalty, number 29, Chris Chahaki.
Playing Utica.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Wasn't sure if we were out of there or not.
Cutting towards net. Chahaki puts his arm out and pulls him down. Coming right into the referee, makes the call. Gives Pittsburgh the power play. Now Chahaki just called up from the Utica Devils. The Utica Devils are on a real tear, 7-0-2 going into last night's game. Playing much better. Tommy McPhee has those Utica Devils playing good hockey.
And the Devils, if people don't perform, may be looking for some help from down there. If they can get some people up. But right now they're back into this one 4-3, but they've got their penalty killers back out on the ice. As the Pittsburgh Penguins have the advantage here on Chahaki's penalty at 6:21 on the hold. And that, of course, means Lemieux will be out there for at least part of this power play, if not all of it. There's Lemieux. Brown on the fly. Couldn't quite get all of it. A little off balance. Sorella got it around Lemieux, and it's cleared out. Lebby Brown getting it out of the zone.
You always have to be just so aware of Coffey out there when he's coming down the boards like this, because when he breaks into the zone, it really opens things up for the other players.
That's Lemieux with it. Dropped it back. Johnson was there. Lemieux with that drop pass. Blind one. Intended for Hillier. Mark Johnson brought it in for the Devils. 12:40 remaining here. Second period. 4-3 Pittsburgh on top. Lemieux has had the hat trick in this game. All 3 coming in the first period. He's got 4 points and 100 on the season now. Dan Quinn got nailed, but he got the puck in. Sauve will let it go. Rob Brown over to get it. Brown drops it. Lemieux's alone behind the net. Lemieux centered. Shot. Score! Don't give him that much room. Lemieux, another point. Dan Quinn a goal. And it's 5-3 Pittsburgh.
Good hard work by the Pittsburgh Penguins right here. Brown gets into the corner, chips it back. Lemieux coming in, picks the puck up. Now Quinn, who would actually carry the puck in, will be coming off the right side of your screen here. Lemieux puts it out. Just a beautiful pass over top of Sorella's stick. But Quinn, who had fallen down on the play as he brought the puck into the zone, is coming towards the net, stick on the ice, really made himself ready for that pass.
Boy, what a show Lemieux's putting on. Quinn gets his 18th goal of the season. Lemieux getting an assist, and so does Brown. And now Chris Terreri is going to come in again. And for Bob Sauve, the last 4 games have been a disaster. Not all his doing. In fact, most of it not his doing.
Bobby Sauve, we've talked about it so many times, how he's been able to sit back, let Sean Burke play 10, 12, 14 games in a row, and then come in and give the Devils a strong performance. One of the reasons for that is his tremendous competitive spirit. Coming out every day, working hard, knowing what he has to do, and doing it in practice, and staying out extra time. There's nothing harder for a goaltender than to come out and face shooters in practice, because there's no one checking the players. They're just winding up and firing bullets at you from 10, 15, 20 feet. But Bobby Sauvé will do that day in and day out. So when he finally does get his opportunity, he'll be ready. And for him to have all these goals going against him, some of them, again, as we've said, haven't been his fault. A lot of them have been deflected in. It's just real tough to see that he couldn't get a break in one chance where he's had to play for the Devils.
Peter, the one aspect of the Devils game that they relied on last season and wanted to this year again was their defense. Yet their defense this season has been their Achilles heel. They have given up more goals than anyone else in the division, 161 now, down near the bottom of the pile in defense. And they can't do that because they just don't score that many goals.
And I think that of all the things that haven't gone well for the Devils this season, as far as the coaching staff is concerned, that's the biggest mystery. Because they felt when the season started that they did have a solid core of 6 defensemen. When Fedosov did not come over from Russia, then they got Jack O'Callahan back. So they had the same 7 defensemen that ended up the season. They thought Willanen would improve. They thought Danico would improve. Sorella had solidified. Balashchuk had solidified into NHL performers. Kerver coming off an outstanding playoff against the Boston Bruins last year, playoff. Driver doing so well last year with a 55-point season. They thought they had the group, but I don't think the emphasis can be put just on those defensemen. And that's when there's a lot of goals are being scored. That's who you blame. I think it's just been a little lack of team discipline in your own zone.
Forwards have disappeared in some games on defense. There's been no forechecking or back-checking at some points in games. We have seen the offense against the Devils send down 3 or 4 guys into the slot with nobody there to take them out. Here's Mark Johnson back. Johnson split the defenders, lost control of the puck, back into the middle. Broughton couldn't get it on the stick. Broughton back, jamming it on Barrasso. Save, and he's got it. Barrasso was down on the ice. Broughton could not pick it up to get it over him.
Good work by this line, moving the puck around. Broughton goes behind the net. He sees Verbeek in front. He elects not to pass the puck to Verbeek because the Pittsburgh players go down. Johnson, see him, that's the important part of this play. Johnson going into the corner, looking before he got the puck. Now he comes out. 2 players go after Verbeek. That enables Broughton to come out of the corner. Good play by Barrasso to make that save. Broughton had the top part of the net, but the puck was too close to the pads.
All right. We were checking on Mario Lemieux. We may see him on a record-breaking day. His high is 6 points in a game. He's already got 5 in this one. We're only halfway through the second. Avalanche shot. Deflected, score! Kirk Muller! Muller banged it in on the rebound, standing in front of Barrasso. And again, the Devils draw it to a 1-goal game.
I would say, Gary, so far in this game, 3 times Pittsburgh has said, that's the goal. We have control of this game. And each time the New Jersey Devils, and in particular Kirk Muller, have come back and given the Devils some real life. This puck will be in the air. Right there, Kirk Muller's stick. He's watching it. But Kirk, who is so strong in front of the net, you'll see the puck is actually bounces in the air. Muller will bat it out of the air. And down through Barrasso's legs.
13th of the season for him, 2nd of the game. And it's a 5-4 Pittsburgh lead. Chris Chahaki picked up an assist, and Tommy Abilene got the other. So the Devils again to 1. Lemieux drops it off to Brown. Brown's got some room. Brown in. Lemieux. Lemieux save made Terreri. Lemieux tried to drop it back, and Muller was there. So Muller and Lemieux continue that personal battle Peter talked about earlier. Lemieux's got 5 points in the game. Kirk Muller's picked up a couple of goals in it. Down on the ice here. Lemieux gloved it ahead to himself. Around Korn. What a move. Ball down. Penalty coming up. Mario Lemieux. He is putting on a show. Power play coming up for Pittsburgh. They lead at 5-4. You're watching the National Hockey League on Sports Channel. That's it right there, huh?
So many times people who are watching the games will complain about the fact that all you seem to talk about is Mario Lemieux. but it's very difficult not to talk about the man because he seems to have the puck. And if he doesn't have the puck, he's drawing the attention of so many people that is obvious out on the ice. I think he's a bigger presence in person watching the game than he appears to be on the TV screen, because he's just a whole game seems to be, does he or doesn't he have the puck? It's the whole game when he's out there.
Everybody's so concerned about that. That's just a very big part of the game. He and Gretzky do that. So Korn is out, picking up the hooking call at 9:10. Pittsburgh again on the power play. They are 2 for 4 on power plays. They lead it 5-4 here. And that puck's going to be coughed up to Randy Valashek. Good job by Loisel on the far side, who freed it. Valashek, shorthanded, rebound. Loisel hauled down. Penalty coming up. And Pittsburgh will lose their power play chance. Pittsburgh only gets 20 seconds of that power play as the Devils' shorthanded effort creates a Dan Quinn penalty.
Gary, as we approach the halfway mark of this season, I cannot talk enough about Randy Valashek and how well he has played for the New Jersey Devils. He has been aggressive. He has taken the man in front of the net, and when he's given the opportunity this season, he has really taken off out of his zone and attacked the other team's blue line. You see right there, he could have dumped that puck in. If he dumps the puck in, Pittsburgh gets control, they break back down, set up the power play. But he forced the play, he came in there. Loisel also working very hard, driving towards the net, draws a penalty. But it all started because Valashek saw an opening and didn't stick back and take the safe play. He took a little bit of a rush.
Randy Valashek will be our guest during our second intermission, so you'll have a chance to see him, as the network once said, up close and personal. Nice guy, very articulate. How many languages he speaks? Danico's shot is wide. Went to Providence College. He speaks about 5 or 6 different languages fluently. We'll talk English. It's my only hope. Hiller will bring it out. Randy Hillier getting it out. We're 4-on-4 right now. 10:14 to go here in the second. Pittsburgh leading it by a score of 5-4. Over to Danico. Devils trying to get this tied up. This is the 3rd time they've tried to make a 1-goal game even. Randy Hillier taking the puck as Mark Johnson was stood up by Paul Coffey. Broughton takes down Hillier. Hillier with a payback takes down Broughton. Wolanin pushed by Hannon, then Hillier, but he keeps the puck alive. Wolanin had ideas about going in front. 4-on-4. In front alone. Johnson holding. Shot. Save. Rebound. Kicked away by Coffey. And Barrasso doesn't have his stick, but the puck comes to center. That will give Barrasso a chance to regroup. Back the other way, Dave Hannon. Pittsburgh changing. So he just rags it out. Pittsburgh trying to get Lemieux back out on the ice, I believe, here. They haven't been able to do it yet. They dump it in. Shot. Hit the side of the net. Terreri had the angle right on that one by Jim Johnson. And Johnson got hauled down. Devils power play in 20 seconds. Bourque clears it back in. Terreri in goal. 3rd game he's played this season. Coming into this game, only 58 minutes in net at this level. Most of them at Utica. The other minutes he's played this year. Lemieux broke it up. Lemieux racing. Terreri's not going to take a chance. He's out of the net. Lemieux centering.
We got a penalty shot, Gary.
Penalty shot coming up. A penalty shot coming up. Thrown stick. And Mario Lemieux is going to go to center ice.
Well, we've seen a little bit of everything in this game, Gary. I can't believe the number of strange things that have happened in the first 31 minutes of this hockey game. Terreri comes out. He stands on that puck. Right there. Throws a stick. That's an automatic penalty shot in the National Hockey League. If the puck is inside the blue line and a player or goaltender throws his stick, it's an automatic penalty shot.
This will be the 11th penalty shot this season. There have been 3 successful ones this year, and you don't think Chris Terreri's looking up the other way? He just came into the game for Bob Sauvé. Now Terreri's going to face a penalty shot by none other than number 66.
You ask goaltenders in the National Hockey League, the player that's the best on the breakaways, unanimous.
Lemieux. That's it! He has equaled his high in points in a game. 4 goals from Mario Lemieux, a penalty shot. 6-4 Pittsburgh.
interesting going on the Devils bench right now. I think Jim Schoenfield is saying that the Pittsburgh players were on the wrong side of center ice, and therefore the power play penalty shot should not count.
I think you're right.
But he's not going to get away. They're not going to buy it.
Mario Lemieux with a penalty shot. Let's watch it again.
Here's a great angle of this. You're going to see what Terreri and every other goaltender sees. The size, the ability to pull a puck one way or the other.
Made it look easy. What an afternoon for Mario Lemieux. He now has 42 goals, 101 points. And the Pittsburgh Penguins again lead by 2.
Right there when he stopped, he seemed to stop for a second. That's where he makes his decision. If he sees an opening, he's going to shoot. If he doesn't, he's going to make the move.
So the Devils, for the 4th time, will try and get this back to a 1-goal game. They once had a 1-0 lead. This is the Mario Lemieux show as he closes out 1989. Curvers score! They've done it again! Tommy Curvers put the shot in on net, and again Barrasso was screened out in front. We'll see who they credit the goal to. It is 6-5. What a hockey game as Jim Korn set the screen up and got dumped. He may have tipped it.
I think Jimmy Korn touched this one. He just nodded towards the referee. He would have took it down and towards into the legs. Korn standing in front. Now the combination of Korn and Muller in today's game has been outstanding. Muller with a couple goals, Korn getting a goal with to go with a couple of assists. Big game for Jimmy Korn. The one player earlier in the season, a lot of people were questioning why he was still playing with the Devils and what his role was other than just an enforcer. I think over the last 20 games, he's just been outstanding everywhere.
Well, what a shootout we've got going here in Pittsburgh. It's now 6-5. The Devils have cut it again offside Pittsburgh. Lemieux's goal at 11:14. Korn's at 11:43. We'll be back with the shootout at the Civic. You're watching the National Hockey League on Sports Channel. Tommy Curvers was given credit for that last goal, so apparently Jim Korn, when he was shaking his head, was saying, no, I didn't touch it. It's the 11th for Curvers. It's an unassisted goal. And as we say that, it'll probably be changed during the intermission. But for right now, Curvers has made this a 6-5 game.
Gary, this is just Tommy Curvers' 35th game of this season, and he's already bettered his personal best of 10 goals scored with Montreal as a rookie season in 1984-85. So he's on his way to a solid season for the Devils.
Devils again trying to tie it up. Shot was deflected. Pittsburgh will come back the other way. Broughton had that opportunity. Mark Johnson's got it. Johnson to Verbeek. Verbeek. Oh, it went off the glove and wide. Barrasso and Randy Hillier in the jam up. Whistle and pushing and shoving now out front involving Lemieux. Lemieux and Johnson having words. 7:37 to go in the second here at the Civic Arena. We'll be right back. This is the National Hockey League on Sports Channel.
The catch, it'll just fall in just wide of the net. Hillier, 23, goes in, grabs Broughton. The referee calls it, gives the Devils a great opportunity to get back into this game. Got my partner back in and tie this game up. They're back in this score 6-5.
Well, they've never been out of the game despite Mario Lemieux's 6 points here in this thing. They have battled back every time. Now we get a glove pass call for the whistle. Devils, that power play continuing not to be effective for them. They have 0 for 3 in this one. And the Devils on the season, just 38 power play goals. That is 19th in the National Hockey League, and you just can't do that and win games. Be that low. Hillier picked up that penalty. He's out for roughing at 12:23.
One of the reasons, Gary, the Devils can't afford to have their power play not work is because they've been averaging either 8 power plays and 8 penalty killing situations. So much of the game depends on whether or not your penalty killing unit beats their power play unit.
Yeah, and then let me correct. They did have that power play goal that Muller got earlier, so they do have one here in this game. One power play goal and a chance right here to get it tied up. Jack O'Callahan deflected. That one blocked out deep by Frawley. Curvers. Johnson, Curvers again, tipped in front by Verbeek. It's still loose. Knocked away by Frawley. Not out. O'Callahan held it the first time. Hannon gets it out on the second swing at him. Carreri gets it up to Kerber. 6:50 to go, second period. Anders Carlson. Barrasso just enough to tip it away. O'Callahan held it in. Here comes Lemieux. It's a 2-on-1 break. Lemieux on the near side. Shot. That one missed wide by Bob Airy. Airy using Lemieux as the decoy. That time got the hard shot off. Boy, that puck is flying. There are just moments here when it just explodes. Carlson again gets in. Barrasso pushed it away. Carlson, two good moves. Backhanded Muller. Barrasso a piece of that one. O'Callahan holding it in. Devils doing a good job on the power play. Big chances for them. Korn tied up by Phil Bourque. Korn kicked it out in front. Cleared out by Gord Dineen.
These are the kind of games that are coaches' nightmare because coaches usually prefer close checking, especially Jim Schoenfeld in this building, close checking, low scoring type game. The scores are already 6-5 for both teams that just opened it up.
Dave Hannon brings it in. Pittsburgh shorthanded to Hannon. Hannon gets hauled down. No penalty on that one. 3 seconds. Clock running on the penalty, and it's over. So Pittsburgh killed that one off. Remains 6-5 Pittsburgh on top here. 5:30 to go in the second. Devils have it in the zone, though. Anderson. Barry Anderson holds it in. Anderson. Muller in front. Hit Korn. And came free to Bourque. 3-on-3 the other way. Lemieux. Pittsburgh changing. That's why Lemieux backed up. Gosh, now he takes a high stick and another penalty coming up. Lemieux took a stick up in the face, delayed call. It'll be on the Devils right there. Lemieux took the stick up high. Another power play for the Penguins when we come back with Pittsburgh leading it by 1.
New Jersey penalty, number 25, Barry Anderson, 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 14:57. Anderson, 2 for high sticking at 14:57.
Watch a stick right here. Comes up once. Right there. And the second time, it'll flick right up. Just watch the stick there. Right there. It catches him on the left side of the face. Anderson goes off for 2 minutes for high sticking.
So Perry Anderson off, and Pittsburgh comes back with another power play opportunity. Mario Lemieux has scored a short-handed goal, a penalty shot goal, a 5-on-3 power play goal. And another one. 6 points for him. He had 6 points last season against Los Angeles when he had 5 goals and an assist in one game. That's his biggest game ever. He's equaled that in points here today. Lemieux. He's got plenty of time left to add to it. Loisel dumped it out and got dumped by Lemieux. Power play here for Pittsburgh. Randy Valachek around. Hillier couldn't get it. Brown did. Coffey back. Pittsburgh setting it up. 1-goal lead. Quinn trying to center, hauled down by Randy Valachek. Rob Brown is there. Lemieux is there. Trying to get it out in front of the net. Quinn. Brown. Brown has a goal. Over to Hillier. Brown. Doug Brown trying to dig it out for the Devils. Couldn't get it. Hillier goes back up. Down to Brown. Behind the net. Quinn sliced it through. Loisel couldn't get it out. Coffey. 47 on the power play. Coffey out front looking, shot wide. Sorella clears it out. Hillier. 47 seconds on the power play. Hillier drops it off to Lemieux. Brown able to hold it into Lemieux. Lemieux thought about going in front. Reversal. In front. Shot. Score! Mario Lemieux. Bill Bourque the goal. It is 7-5 and Lemieux has set a new game record for himself with 7 points.
Well, for the New Jersey Devils, this is the first time that this has happened, that Mario Lemieux has taken the game and decided to control it all by himself. Phil Bourque coming in on the power play. You see Lemieux go behind the net. like Wayne Gretzky has shown so many times, passes the puck. Again, his ability to see, all we could see with, we had the same view as Mario Lemieux. All you could see out there were sticks and legs and things, but he's able to find that open player. Always the key to any great hockey player's ability to see things that most players can't. Mario Lemieux right there, sees Bork coming in. Bill Bork using his strength. 6'2", 205 pounds, very strong on his skates. He's able to muscle by, pick up his 13th goal, and give the Penguins another 2-goal lead.
They're going to need a statistician here to get the points put down by the time this one's done. 7-5 again. The Penguins have gone on top. Bork gets his 13th on a power play. It's 16-35. Lemieux and Brown picking up the assists on it. And the Pittsburgh Penguins really taking advantage of the advantage. Brown's power play goal, Lemieux's power play goal, Quinn a power play goal. Another one by Lemieux and another one by Bork. And they're back up by 2. Devils trying to hold it in. Let's see if New Jersey can do it yet one more time. Again, get this back to a 1-goal game. They've come back quickly. The other occasions when they've had to do that here, which has been most of the game. Come down to Carlson. Chahaki. Chris Chahaki to Muller. He couldn't reach it. Wolanin. Muller. Muller. Backhanded it. Centering pass taken by Hannon. And Hannon will dump it in. Chris Carreri going back to get it. 2:29 to go, second period. If you like scoring, you got to love this one. The wide open, exploding kind of game. Randy Hilliard did not hold it in. He thought he had.
Fans, the first weekend in 1989 will be filled with Devils hockey excitement at the Meadowlands. Friday, January 6th, the Buffalo Sabres will challenge the Devils at a 7:45 faceoff. And then Saturday night will be Steve Yzerman and the Detroit Red Wings and Drake's Backpack Night. All youngsters 14 and under attending the Devils Wings 7:45 game will receive an official Devils backpack courtesy of Drake's Cakes. For further information, please call the Devils 201-935-6050.
Mario Lemieux with that penalty shots, now 3 for 3 in penalty shots in his career. He got one in '84 against Quebec, had one January of '88 against the Islanders, and now the one today. Not surprising. He would be 100% on penalty shots.
I would say the average, most players in the National Hockey League on breakaways, 1 for 4, 1 for 5, because of the fact that so many things can go wrong. But Mario, even Wayne Gretzky is not good on breakaways. Mario Lemieux, that's the one thing he is, just seems to be almost perfect at.
And in the league this season, it's 4 for 11 on penalty shots in the National Hockey League overall. 7-5, final minute 55 of the second period. Korn. Devils trying to get it back to at least a 1-goal differential again. Cunnyworth trying to get it out. Curvers tipped it. Glove back in. Devils were offside. Hillier wrap it up over the linesman's head. And it will be played in by Dan Quinn. Chris Carreri came on for Sauvé in this period. Bats it around to Tommy Avalon. Avalon's got a goal. Tommy Avalon down on Hillier. Pile up in front of the net. Back to the point. O'Callahan sending it in, but it never got there. Everybody was jammed up in front of the net. Penalty coming up behind the play. We're going to get a high sticking call. Cunnyworth was over against the boards with Tommy Avalon. There's another shot by Cunnyworth.
The minute 19 to go in this period. Big power play for the Devils. They need to score on this one, get themselves back to 7-6. They have some real positive situations here because they can look back at Muller getting that goal to get him back within one. Curver's goal. So this is a good chance the Devils could ever make it 7-6. Pittsburgh's going to be wondering, what do we have to do to put these guys away?
Cunnyworth getting the stick up after he took what looked like an elbow. Cunnyworth goes out, though, at 18:41 on the high sticking call. And the Devils go back on the power play. And here we go again with New Jersey's chance to make it a 7-6 game.
Randy
Cunnyworth will sit out and watch it.
Randy Cunnyworth with 18 goals this season in 37 games for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Really would be their best legitimate winger. Rob Brown is playing on the right wing, but he actually is a centerman. Quinn, they tried on the right side with Mario Lemieux. but he is actually a center ice. So that as far as a pure winger, Randy Cunningworth is Pittsburgh's best.
Devils have a power play goal that Kirk Muller picked up. 1 for 4, their 5th power play chance. Pittsburgh clears on the first opportunity. And the Devils will start from behind the net. Full house crowd here. Relatively quiet, in fact. Stunned. Look at Lemieux get all these points. Still, it's a 2-goal game and almost always a 1-goal game. Curvers could not hold it. Lemieux got it out of there. O'Reilly holds it up for O'Callahan. Good move by Janko Callahan. He had Bob Airy going the other direction. Curvers dumped at the blue line, but they were offside. That was almost a tripping call right there.
That was almost not offside also. I didn't see exactly who was offside in that play. But if it hadn't been offside, Muller was in all by himself. Good try by Tommy Curvers at the blue line.
Tommy Curvers, who is putting up the points this season, as Peter pointed out, his 11th goal in this game. There he gets dumped.
Well, Curvers, they actually benched Tommy Curvers for a few games, but since he's come back, he has played the kind of hockey the Devils expected from him. Sometimes when a player is sat down for a couple games, he gets to watch from upstairs in the press box, and he sees the little things happening out there that maybe he's forgotten to do. He's forgotten to rush in and break for those holes, and that's the biggest thing since coming back that Curvers has done. Break for the holes from the blue line when the Devils have the puck deep in the zone.
Kirk Muller kicking that one in. Got jammed up. Tommy Abilene dug it out. Abilene tried to drop it off. Big breakup on that pass. And now a penalty coming up. It's going to be on Pittsburgh. Shot on Curvers, and he just missed that one. Went off the glove. Delayed penalty. Extra skater. Abilene shot. That was wide. There's the whistle right there. Another penalty, a holding call coming up. And it's going to be on Hannon. And Pittsburgh's going to be too short. 45 seconds for the 2-man advantage, potentially. Only 4 seconds, though, left to go in this period.
The Devils might pull Chris Terreri, try and get 6 players on the ice, try and win this draw. This is the dangerous time. With 3 seconds, it's almost impossible to get the puck down the ice. With 5 seconds, it's too many. But Jim Schoenfeld has taken a little bit of a risk. Now, if they happen to win this face-off cleanly, they can get it down there in 4 seconds, especially considering it's the home ice. They might just be a little slow with that.
So there's an empty net at the Devils' end. Jim Schoenfeld has pulled Chris Terreri back to the bench. And the Devils will get the extra skater out there and make it a 6-on-3 skating situation. Mark Johnson will look to O'Callahan.
Mark Johnson's pointing to the boards. Now, the Devils should have someone on the boards because there's enough time for Johnson to move the puck across, get it back to the point, and still get a play.
So Muller goes to the boards. O'Callahan, the shot, tipped wide, and that's it. They got their shot off the face-off. That Pittsburgh will increase their lead to 2 for a 1-goal lead at 1. It's 2 going into the second intermission.
And the game that started out in the first period to be a little bit unusual turned into a very strange game in the second period. Power play goals, 5-on-3 goals, penalty shot goals. But exciting play by both teams, but the big factor in that period was the Devils never let themselves get out of the game. Pittsburgh pulled ahead by 2 goals 3 times. The Devils have fought back each time. Now, going into the third period, they have a 5-on-3 for the first 41 seconds.
So we'll see what happens in our shootout here. We're going to be talking with Randy Malashek. He'll be joining us for our second intermission, and we'll be back for it. Pittsburgh leading at 7.